Yo, 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 yo. I am here today. This is my first official episode. And I want y'all to just go on and please subscribe. As I said in my promo video, please subscribe, y'all. We're going to talk about the Chiefs. We're going to talk about the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to talk about Stefon Diggs and his relationships and what he got going on, having multiple baby mamas. So we're going to talk about a little bit of everything today. I might jump into Jimmy Kimmel a little bit and his return back to the stage this past Wednesday. So y'all just go on and like and subscribe and comment, turn on that post notification bells for every piece of content that I'm coming out with. I want you to be the first one to know and be notified of new content dropping soon. First of all, we start off in Kansas City. Kansas City win 22-9 this past Sunday night over the New York Football Giants. They start off with this. This is the first win of the season for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes threw over 200 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. He was not as great as we expected him to be, but he did what he needed to do to win the football game. That defense with Chris Jones and Trent McDuffie, they are holding their own. They are doing what they're supposed to do to make sure that opposing offenses are not scoring as much. Except for the first game where we seen them play the Chargers and Justin Herbert, where he had over 300 yards total, and he had over three touchdowns in total for the whole game. He was just lighting him up the first game, and Spagnuolo and that defense had to get it together for week 2 against the defending champs, the people they faced in the previous Super Bowl, in the Philadelphia Eagles and Nick Sirianni, and so he got it straight. They only scored 20 points, and Jalen Hurts didn't have that great of a game. Saquon Barkley didn't have that great of a game, and it came down to a Travis Kelce catch or bobble on the goal line for the defense, the Eagles defense, to catch an interception to ice the game in game 2. And then they come into game 3, y'all. They come into game 3, and they are in a 0-2 deficit, meaning they are 0-2, and we've never seen Patrick Mahomes be 0-3 in his last 3 games, including the Super Bowl where he got blown out the water and where he got his ass stumped. So my thing is, he comes into game 3, that defense comes into game 3, they're looking for a win, they're fiending for a win, they're trying to gain their first win of the season. We know that they haven't been the Chiefs. We know that they haven't been as great. We know that they haven't been marvelous and magnificent and great as we think they ought to be. They come into game 3 saying, we need a W. We need to go get it done. We need to leave this game with our heads high and not downwards. So they go into New York and they get a W, 22-9. Of course, we know that the Russell Wilson threw 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. That's Russell Wilson. He's aging, the age and attrition. This is no secret. There's no secret. The cat is out the bag. There is no secret that Russell Wilson is aging right before our very eyes. And it all started in Denver. Then he went to Pittsburgh. Now he's in New York. And now he's getting benched for a rookie, Jackson Dart, because he threw 2 picks. Come on now. So we know what it is when it comes down to the New York quarterback situation. Now they're starting Jackson Dart in New York, and the defense. The defense couldn't really stop Patrick Mahomes. They had the first drive. You remember in the first drive, if you looked at the football game, you'd see that the Chiefs look like the Chiefs of old. In the last 2 years, they haven't been great, but they look like this. The last 2 year Chiefs, and they go and they make it a productive first possession and drive. After that, until the second half, which is the third quarter, they didn't do nothing. They wasn't as productive. They wasn't as high drive as a high drive offense as you see as the Baltimore Ravens. They wasn't as productive as the LA Chargers that are now 3-0, looking for a 4-0 start. So we got to look at these other teams that are around the Chiefs and say that this this right here, this offense that they're dealing with, we got and of course we got to give somewhat of a pass to Patrick Mahomes because he doesn't have the weapons. But at the end of the day, we've seen Patrick Mahomes get it done without the weapons. We've seen him get it done without as many wide receivers that are great or as good as we're used to him having. And so we got to be real with the situation. Even though he doesn't have he didn't have an Xavier Worthy in the first 2 to 3 games, even though we know he's not going to have a Rashee Rice for the first 6 games because of the suspension and because of what happened off the field. We still have to hold Patrick Mahomes accountable for what is going on in Kansas City. And so he's in this game, and he has a pretty decent and a pretty good first drive. That when you look at the game, he had a pretty decent first drive. He's moving the ball down the field, and then from that first drive to the second quarter, we don't see anything. We don't see the Patrick Mahomes we're used to seeing. We don't see Travis Kelce. We know he's aging. We know the attrition has caught up to him. We know he's an old Travis Kelce, not the Travis Kelce as Mr. Shannon Sharp would say of old. He is an aging Travis Kelce. So we're looking at these teams. We're looking at this team, and we're saying, like, okay, what is it going to do for them to make a potential playoff run? Is it just going to be Rashee Rice? And that's not the only problem, because the defense hasn't been as great as they have been in the last 3 Super Bowls. Because what's won them the Super Bowls the last 3 years, and you know I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan, what's won them the Super Bowl and gotten them to the last 3 Super Bowls, won 2 out of the last 3 and got them to the last 3, is their defense. It is their defense. Patrick Mahomes has played good in spurts. He has had moments in the playoffs where he has done what Patrick Mahomes know how to do. But the defense has made them great. The defense has pushed them further. Last year, we had the special teams winning. If it wasn't the offense, it was the special teams last year that made them, that contribute to them being 15-2. If it wasn't the special teams that got blocked field goals and doing special teams things, doing special things and becoming and making this team a little special and to pushing them to that 15-2 record, it was the defense that was holding them down, that was getting stops, that was making sure that opposing quarterbacks wasn't successful, opposing quarterbacks wasn't productive, opposing quarterbacks wasn't as great as they needed them to be. And so now we're looking at this team, this Kansas City Chiefs team, and we're saying, okay, what is it going to take? Because it can't just be Patrick Mahomes. It got to be the defense now. And the defense got to hold up their end of the bargain. They've done so for a week, but that wasn't the case in Week 1 when they faced the Chargers and they allowed Justin Herbert to score 27 points. That wasn't the case. And so now we're going into Week 4. They play Baltimore Sunday for one of the premier games of the week. So we're looking, okay, can this defense do what they need to do against Lamar Jackson, against Derrick Henry, against Zay Flowers, and these other offensive weapons that the Baltimore Ravens, DeAndre Hopkins, that's over there, that was with the Chiefs last year, but that's over there with the Baltimore Ravens this year. Can they do what they need to do against this Baltimore offense to stop them from beating the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday? And then vice versa, can Patrick Mahomes do what he needs to do? Can he outplay? Can he outduel Lamar Jackson on Sunday? Can he throw for 300 yards? Can he throw for 3 touchdowns? The answer is yes, but we need to see it. It needs to be on the field. It needs to be on the field. I'm telling you right now, the Chiefs didn't score. I think the Chiefs had the longest. The Chiefs had the longest amount of games, the longest stretch where they didn't score 30 or more points. They had the longest stretch for a while where they did not, and they were winning ball games in nail biters. And so when we think of it, can you go out there and outscore Lamar Jackson? Can you go out there and outduel Lamar Jackson? Can you outplay Lamar Jackson? That is the question that rises this coming Sunday. And so that's what we're looking at. The second, we're moving to Baltimore. We're moving to Baltimore. And the game they had Monday night against Detroit Lions, and how did the Detroit Lions beat them 38-30. We had total yards. Baltimore had 318 total yards. We see that they had 85 rushing yards. Detroit had I think it was 202 passing yards. They had 224 rushing yards. Lamar Jackson had 288 passing yards. Lamar Jackson had 7 sacks. He has 7 sacks. And yes, when we look at historic wise, the quarterbacks that do have the most sacks are the rushing quarterbacks, like Cam Newton had a lot of sacks. Michael Vick had a lot of sacks because they're rushing quarterbacks. And so we know that they had that. We had David Montgomery had 12 carries for 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs had 22 carries, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff went 20 of 28. He went 20 for 28, 202 passing yards, a touchdown, 0 interceptions. Amon-Ra St. Brown has 7 receptions, 77 yards, a touchdown. Al Muhammad had 2.5 sacks. Aiden Hutchinson had a sack and a forced fumble that led to the game being on ice. And Derrick Henry, he out here giving the ball away. Come on, Derrick Henry, what you doing? You up here giving the ball away. You know that in these times, people are looking to punch out the football. You cannot do that in the middle of a game. You cannot do that. You have to hold on to the football. And I'm pretty sure this week in the Baltimore Ravens practice facility, they have taught him how to cover the football and learn how to run with the football properly. Derrick Henry, you have had 3 fumbles in all 3 of your games. You're 3 for 3. How can you be 3 for 3? You have done this. That's what led. And I'm not saying you're the main reason or you're the only reason your team is coming into this Sunday's game 1-2. But buddy, come on, man. What you doing? Hold on to the football. You cannot do that, especially when you got an offense like the Detroit Lions scoring consistently day in, day out. They're scoring on every drive almost. You cannot afford that in a game that's high scoring like that. Because you gained yards, but your team lost because you had the fumble that broke the game away, that let the game get away. If you see an opposing quarterback and opposing running backs that's having great games like that, your coach should have told you, this is not a game, sir. This is not a game we give the ball back to them. This is not a game where we create turnovers. This is not a game where we let them, even though they're doing great. We cannot afford that because we're trying to avoid being 1-2. We're trying to avoid making sure that we don't go into a little hole, because that's what you're in right now. You don't have a 500 record. And you're looking to go into the Chiefs, who is your kryptonite, who is the Baltimore's kryptonite, who the Baltimore Ravens, seemingly can't beat. Lamar Jackson is 1-5 against Patrick Mahomes. He is. Y'all didn't even get to play him in the playoffs. The amount of mistakes that y'all make as a team has to stop. It has to be better. And so that when you're going into situations where you're playing great teams, you want to make it to where you create less turnovers. Because when you create less turnovers, you have a better chance of taking the ball game and the ball game falling your way. You out here giving the ball up. You cannot give the ball up, especially in these type of settings. I don't know who told you that it was a great thing to do. I don't know who told you that, oh, let me just give the ball away. Let me just give the ball away. You know what came to my mind? It was a song that came to my mind, and I'm sorry, I'm churchy, but it was a song that came to my mind, and William McDowell wrote it. When you turned over the ball, sir, on Monday night, when you turned over the ball, you know what the first song that came to my mind? I give myself away. I give myself away. That's what you keep giving the ball away. That's what the ball was saying when you let it go. You have to be careful when you cannot. The stats are you got. I just told you the rushing game for Detroit was 224 yards. You already know that your defense is atrocious. Your defense can't hold water. So when your defense can't hold water, why would you want to give another opportunity to the Detroit Lions that's been whooping your defense behind? They've been putting BTA, belt to ass. That's exactly what they've been doing all game. I thought that was their dad. I thought that was their father, because the amount of yards that the Russian attack had in itself, 224 yards. You got to be kidding me. 224 yards defense from the rushing attack. You gave up over 400 yards in total offense. 426 yards. Then the defense getting after y'all, getting after the offense. You cannot do that in this day. You can't do that. Then they got to sit up there. He throwing a temper tantrum like he a little kid. Derrick Henry, control yourself. You throwing temper tantrums like you 4 years old, like you 3 years old, like you one of them terrible 2 years old. You young people. You got to control yourself. You throwing temper tantrums left and right, throwing helmets. Falling all over the men's and come on, bruh. You ain't got to turn into Incredible Hulk for you to be able to understand that you messed up. You out here about to turn into the Incredible Hulk because you turned the ball over. Because you created a costly turnover in the middle of a great game, by the way. Let's go through some of these stats that y'all had. On the Baltimore side, Lamar Jackson he threw for 21 of 27 passes. He created 21. He completed 21 of 27 passes. He had 288 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. That's a damn good game from Lamar. Derrick Henry, 12 carries, 50 yards. 1 touchdown. You had a touchdown. 12 yards. Offensive line. You got to do better in Baltimore. You got to create a hole for him to run through. He can't get what he need to get if y'all not creating a hole. And I know some of the analysts that are on television are definitely saying, "Hey, well, he's not running the ball effectively, and he's not doing this, and you got Nick Broussard, and I love Nick Broussard saying he's not running the ball, but he also and the one thing Nick Broussard said, and I'm gonna say it in its entirety, he said that they also got to be able to create holes for Derrick Henry. That Derrick Henry can't do it by himself. Create what you need to do. Come on, offensive line, you got to do better. Mark Andrews, 6 receptions, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a pretty good game. Rashad Bateman, 5 receptions, 63 yards, 1 touchdown. He had a good game too as well. Baltimore, y'all gotta stop making these turnovers. Y'all are too good and too great for y'all to be making minor mistakes. That's elementary football. You learn that stuff in Pee Wee. Come on, Derrick Henry. You've been doing this thing too long for you to be making, every week you had a turnover. Let that sink in. From every week. Every week you had a turnover. From week 1 to now, you didn't have a turnover. And if you didn't have one every week, I know you at least had one every other week. Come on, Derrick. Come on, King. You King Henry, right? You can't be the king fumbling the football. You can't be the king throwing temper tantrums like you're 2 years old. Thought you was about to turn into the Jolly Green Giant. Ho, ho, ho. Like, what are we doing? I'm sorry, that was Santa Claus. I'm sorry. I thought you was about to turn into that dude that used to be people in the chat. Do y'all I don't know if y'all ever ate some green beans. Like, y'all ever remember that dude that used to be on the green bean pack? Used to go get your green bean with nice green, Jolly Green Giant. That's who I thought Derrick Henry was finna turn into. He was so mad. Calm yourself down. Come back next week. I know it gets frustrating. Come back next week. You be all right. But you got to stop making turnovers. This is too many turnovers, Derrick. This is not like you. This is uncharacteristic. Got to do better. Got to do better. Now we're moving into another subject. Mr. Stefon Diggs. Now, Mr. Stefon Diggs, I know that you are a man. Okay. Mr. Stefon Diggs, let's go to his story. A reporter from collegefootballnetwork.com. I read this article that was published September 21st, 2025 at 10:18. The article starts off by reading like this: the nature of the relationship between the New England Patriots wide receiver Stefon Diggs and his superstar rapper girlfriend, Cardi B, has been a topic of this conversation this week. On Wednesday, Cardi B announced that she is pregnant with Stefon Diggs' child. It is her 4th child, and first with Stefon Diggs. While this should be a happy time for the couple, it comes at an awkward time. A recently resurfaced video shows Stefon Diggs spotted with another woman. There are rumors that he has gotten multiple women pregnant and it is in the middle of a paternity lawsuit. In a video posted on Instagram on Saturday by the Culture Millennials account, Cardi B finally broke her silence on Stefon Diggs and his relationships with other women. She said that that's your baby daddy explicit. She said, that's my baby daddy too, girl. That's what she said. I can't say all the curse words. Fellas, can we stop creating broken families? Can we stop? All we do is create broken families. We even may want kids. But every time I turn around, we creating broken families. Yes, y'all can pay for them. Y'all can afford them. I'm not saying y'all can't. I'm not saying y'all shouldn't have kids. But stop creating broken families. Stop. This not healthy. It is not healthy for nobody in the community. And I know a lot of people gonna say, Steve, you going off top. Let me say this. Let me say this. Women, you have the power to control who enters inside of you. Man, you have to have some, you have to keep the thing in your pants. We are making this a regular thing in our community that we just having babies left and right. It is an order. Stats show that children that are in households with two parents are more likely to become successful. And I'm not saying he's not going to take care of his children. I'm not saying he's not going to be there. But that's not a great example. Stefon Diggs, you got younger men that are looking at you. You have young men that are idolizing you. You have to be careful. What picture do you put out there to the world? Fellas, we have to have dick discipline. Okay, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it. You have to have dick discipline. I know he said, I heard the little, the saying, oh, let me heal you. I've heard that. You have made her another baby mother. You have become another statistic. You have made her, Miss Cardi B, and I know she may not care, another statistic. It's not right. It is not right. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got people like Cam Newton having kids all over the place. Nick Cannon having kids all over the place. Yes, they can afford them. But is your child going to be able to benefit from this situation rather than if you were actually married to the woman? If y'all actually was in the same household? Stephon Diggs, you have made those other women that are reportedly supposed to be your baby mothers another statistic. We got people like Anthony Edwards out here paying $1 million in child support because he don't want to take care of his child. And I know it may sound like a a rant, but it's not. It's not it. It's not it. It is not it. It doesn't help nobody out when you do that. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest, y'all. Just being honest. It doesn't help nobody out. It doesn't set a great example for those who are coming behind you. Be mindful of who's watching you. An old lady told me one time. She said, "Steve, you have the potential to do great things. Steve, you have the potential to be great. Steve, you have the potential to be the greatest at whatever you're going to do." She said, "You have to be careful how you do and what you do. Because sometimes in life, your decisions define you." And I know some people like that don't mean nothing because you could change and grow. But it's how people see it. It's how people see it. And the reason why I'm on Stephon Diggs, I know people like, man, you can't be pandering, all that stuff to Cardi B. I ain't saying, hey, let me tell you something. She's not off the hook either. Because she knew what she was getting herself into when she let him do what he did. Because the one thing is, and Mr. Kevin Samuel said it the best. He said it like this: women have access to sex, man has access to relationships. So if she didn't want it to be, it wouldn't have did. It wouldn't have gone down like that. It wouldn't have been at all. And ladies, please be careful who you are allowing to do what they doing. Be careful. Because all it takes is one time. I'm just going to tell you right there. All it takes is one damn time for you to be too committed to something that is long term, that you may not ever want it to be stuck to a person for, or stuck to a person to. You may not even want it to be connected to this person for the rest of your life. But guess what now? Yeah, you have to. At least for the next 18 years, and it may go further than that. It goes further than that. You have to be careful. Because this does not look good. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't. Doesn't look good for a black man. It doesn't look good for a black woman. And I'm not saying, other ethnicities and races, not racist, but race, other race, are not having the same thing done to them. But as in We are doing this a lot. It is normalized when it shouldn't be normalized. It is becoming with more regularity in our communities when it shouldn't be like that. I'm just being honest, y'all. I'm just being honest. And a lot of people gonna say something. I know, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You got to learn how to be disciplined. You got to know when to mess with somebody and when not to. You got to use sound judgment, fellas. Sound judgment. You're not supposed to give your time to everybody. You can't let it control you. You got to learn how to control it. Wow. From the hood, they always say you can't be p-whipped. That what they say in the hood. I'm just saying. You can't be p-whipped, man. You can't. Can't. You got to learn how to control your desires. I'm coming down to church people alley in a minute. The lustful spirit. That's what they call it. That's what they call it. The lustful spirit. You got to control it. That's not of God. No, I'm not. I'm telling you right now, I'm not mocking people. I'm saying it as in, you gotta learn how to control what you desire. You got to learn how to control your actions. You got to be responsible and be accountable for what you do, what you say, and how you control yourself and how you conduct yourself in every space. That is the biggest part from this whole equation because it's not right. It's not right. And nobody can convince me otherwise. Nobody. I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody can convince me otherwise. If you got something to say, go on, say it in the comment section. I'm gonna look at it. I promise you. It's all right. But that's not it right there. Well, that's all I got to say for today. I'll be back. I'm telling you, I got some more stuff I want to talk about. Next episode, we're going to get back into some more football. Basketball is right around the corner. I'm pretty sure it's going to be some wild stuff out here in the world. I'm telling you, we just gonna have fun on this episode. I'm gonna talk some smack. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to give y'all my prediction for this week. The Kansas City and the Baltimore game. Okay? Because I talked about their games. They got a game they're going against each other this week. I'm expecting that the Kansas City Chiefs will pull a W out. I'm expecting it. I have reason to believe that they're going to do what they need to do in order for them to win and to be victorious on Sunday evening. Chiefs, don't disappoint your boy. I'm telling you right now. Travis Kelce, if you need a game to go and get yourself together, if you're going to have to put a pause on the wedding, go and put a pause on the wedding or something. Because your head been out the game for too long now. Your head been out the game for too long. It's time for you to straighten back up and be the Travis Kelce we know you can be. Patrick Mahomes, cut that bullshit. Cut the BS. It's time to play football. It's time to put everything off that field aside. It's time to focus. Defense, let's get it. It's time to straighten up and get right. Because y'all can't keep digging yourself in a hole in a deficit, meaning that's in y'all record. Can't go 1-3. That's not right. It's going to be like hell trying to pull yourselves out of the hole y'all done dug for yourselves. Y'all need to come with that work. Baltimore, I'm expecting y'all to bring the pain too. That's what that dude said in WWE. Bring the pain. Come ready to play football. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, don't be giving the ball away. Don't be giving it out like you giving it to some charity person. Don't be doing that. I thought you was signing the ball and giving it off to charity. You need to come ready to play Sunday. Defense, y'all know y'all going to be atrocious again, so I don't got nothing to say to y'all. Y'all just bad. Marlon Humphrey think he cold. He all right. He solid. He solid. I like him. Get it together. I'm picking Kansas City to go 25-22. 25-22. I'm picking Kansas City, win by 3. All right. Well, this was a great episode. If you would like to see more of this, please subscribe. Please turn on the post notification bell. Every time I drop an episode, please support your boy on every platform. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. My Instagram user is ST3VIO. ST3, the number 3, VIO, Stevie O. Okay? On TikTok is the same thing. ST3VIO. Please go support. I'm telling you, I'm dropping all kinds of content on those platforms too, reels and stuff that I think y'all gonna like. Please go support. And until next time, be out, stay safe, be easy. Peace and blessings. Your boy out.